In the panel, I'll be placing the components. Okay, so now how my program will go, that now I'll create the object of all this, that is label L1 is equal to new label, enter the text, then text field T is equal to new text field, say into bracket 10, the size 10. Okay, then what next I'll be doing is I'll create the panel object. The panel P is equal to new panel. Okay, and default layout of panel is flow layout. Okay, so we'll not change it, and in the panel we'll place the component, that is P dot add add L1, then P dot add T, that is text field. So now our panel is ready. Now panel will add in the north direction. Okay, so what we will do is add into bracket P comma border layout dot north. Okay, and then we'll create another component, that is second label. So label L2 is equal to new label, empty label, right? And add L2 into bracket, then what will we write? Add into bracket L2 comma border layout dot south. Okay, so that way it will be added. And now we'll write what? TF dot add key listener this. Okay, this indicates the key listener object. Okay, and set visible true and set size say 400. Okay, and then what will we do next is public void key typed key event ke, and in that we'll write that ke dot get key char, that will give us that which character we have typed recently. Okay, so we'll store it in a string message, and then we'll write message is equal to the most recent typed character is plus e dot get key char. Okay, so that label will be done. Okay, and then from the main method, other two methods also we'll have to write that public void key pressed key event ke open and close curly braces, and public void key released. Okay, key event ke open and close curly braces. Okay, so that is all about the key event. In fact, that key event program you can convert with the adapter class also. In my previous video I have explained you how to use adapter classes. Okay, so you can go through it and you can convert this key event program into the key adapter class. Now coming to the next program. See here, what we are going to do over here is we are entering some content over here. So enter your name. So enter your name over here, enter the password in the text field and click on process. So what will happen in clicking of the process? If you will click on this after entering the data, then whatever data you have entered over here in the text field, that will be displayed in this text area. So we have taken one more component over here, that is text area. It is same as the text field. Okay, the only difference is instead of single line entry, here you can get multiple lines to enter the data. And apart from set text and get text methods, you have one more method, that is append. The task of append is to keep the previous content as it is, and at the end you add the new content. Okay, so here in this program I have used append method instead of set text in the text area. Okay, and which event we are performing over here? It is the clicking on the button. Okay, so action listener, action event, action perform. Okay, so once you enter the data like this, okay, so what you will get is I have entered the data, okay, and click on process. So I'll get this output in the text field. That is, before that nothing was that, but clicking on the process I'll get whatever name I have entered here as I have entered Bina Kapadia, so I'll get the name over here as Bina Kapadia, and password I'll get Bina123. This is what I have used, set echo care. So here you can't see that, but when it will received by the server, then it can be visible over here. Okay, just now you might not be knowing that how to apply Java database connectivity and how to store any backend like MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle to Java programming. So once you do the same program, perform the same program using JDBC, then will not display text area over here, but on clicking on the button, this data directly should reach to the server. Okay, so now for this program, how to start writing the program? So you will have to write what? Import java.awt.star, import java.awt.event.star, and after that you will be writing what? That public class name extends frame implements action listener, right? You will be creating some components. How many components you will be creating? 2 labels, 2 text field, 1 button and 1 text area, right? Label with 1 parameter, enter your name. Label 2 with 1 parameter, that is enter password. Text field, empty text field, but yes, that size is there. You may keep 20 or 30 as the text field size. Again the same size you need to keep for the another text field also. Can you see over here that my layout is very well organized? How can you get this organized layout? With the border layout is not possible. With flow layout also is not possible. So here I'll have to use set layout null. And wherever I want to place the component, I can keep it. With which method? We'll have to use set bounds method. Okay, with set bounds method, we can place the components wherever we want to place it. Okay, so there are 4 parameters in set bounds method. So if I want to use it with label, then L1 dot set bounds, in that x coordinate, y coordinate, width and height. Okay, same way for label L2 also, for text field also, for text area also. Okay, and then we'll add the components on the frame and we'll follow all the 3 points of event delegation model. So here is the program. So importing 2 packages, AWT and AWT event. Then the class text area demo, any name you give. Okay, but you will have to be careful. Whatever class name you give, with the same name you will have to store the file with the extension .java. Okay, this class extends frame to get all the features of frame in my program, and event handling mechanism is action listener. Okay, this is my first point of event delegation model. Where is the second point? On the button, I want the listener registration. So this is my second point of event delegation model. Okay, and the third point is on the next slide. Okay, and that is the method. Which method I'll have to override? Action perform method. Okay, now as you have seen in the diagram, in the figure, in the output, 2 labels we require, L1 and L2. 2 text field we require, TF1 and TF2. 1 text area, TA. 1 button we require, B. Okay, now this is a constructor. Okay, same name as the class name. Okay, constructor name is same name as the class name. Okay, then set layout null. We have suppressed the border layout of frame class. Okay, then L1 is equal to new label. Enter your name. TF1 is equal to new text field. Okay, here we are not keeping the size as such 10 or 20. Why? Not even in the another text field. Why is it so? Because we are anyways setting that width and height with the set bounds method. Okay, so even if you write some number over here, it will be suppressed with the set bounds method. So L2 is equal to new label, enter password, TF2 is equal to new text field, TF2 dot set echo care. This is for password we require, and we have set the asterisk or star as the echo character. Okay, button B process, and on button we have given action listener, right? Then TA is equal to new text area. L1, even this 10 doesn't matter. Okay, this will be suppressed. You just write open bracket and close bracket, then also you will get the same output. Okay, so L1 dot set bounds. So x1, this is x and y coordinate, this is width and this is height. Again, that is the same with TF1, with L2, with TF2. Okay, with button B and with TA, that is text area. This is based on purely trial and error, that what should be the x and y coordinate and what should be the width and height. And then you add all that components which we have created. Okay, L1, TF1, sequence matters over here, so you'll have to add in proper sequence. First is the label, then text field 1. Then in the second line, label 2 and the text field 2. Then in the third line, it is B and then text area. Then set size of that frame and make the frame visible with set visible true. This is our third point of event delegation model, right? Here we are implementing the interface method, that is action perform. Okay, so even this if condition you will not write, then also is fine, because we have just one button. In case you are having two buttons and you are applying two different events on clicking on different button, then it is a must for you to write that if A.get was equal to B1, then you perform the code specified in that if block. Else, if A.get was equal to B2, then you perform different set of block. Okay, but since here it is just one button, so if condition you can omit. So you can directly write in this action perform method with open and close curly braces. What you should write is TA dot append. Now what is the effect of append? It will not overwrite the content. It will keep my original content as it is, and at the end of that content it will add the new content. So for example, if you have written data once, so one set of name and the password will be displayed. Again you are changing some name in the text field and again you are clicking on the button. Then that will be the second set of data. So that won't overwrite the first set of data. But at the end of the first set, the second set will be written. Okay, so likewise third set of data, fourth set of data, and when it exceeds the size of the text area, then that scroll bar will be added automatically. You need not to write the code to add the scroll bar. Okay, so password. So here name and then tf1 dot get text will get the text whatever you have typed in the text field 1, and in the password it will again get the text whatever you have written in text field 2, and at the end of both this line I have given new line. That means after writing this content name and the whatever name entered, okay, after that the control should go to the next line. Then only it should print the password, and again after printing the password the control should go to the next line for next set of data. Okay, and your method won't be executed unless and until you won't write main method. So just writing the right hand side of the code also is okay of creating the object, or else you can write the full code, that is text area demo object is equal to new text area demo. Okay, but ultimately this one only is useful. Right hand side of the creating object is also useful over here, because that object we are not going to use in the second line. Okay, only one line is there, so that's why object you can create without giving any names.